Today I'm going to be making a thick Oreo stuffed white chocolate chip cookie. We'll have the link below to this recipe. It takes what you need. You need 1 cup of unsalted butter cold, 1 cup of brown sugar, ½ cup of granulated sugar, 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. It takes, I've got both of these in this bowl. It's 1½ cups of cake flour and 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, and I just put them all in the same bowl. You need a teaspoon of baking powder, teaspoon of baking soda, ½ teaspoon of salt. It's in that bowl, you just can't hardly see it. A cup of white chocolate chips, whatever brand you want to buy. And then you need about a cup of crushed Oreos. That, it says about 10. So I took 10 Oreos, stuck them in a Ziploc bag and just squished it with my fingers. That's all I did. And then you need 15 whole Oreos. That's what you need for this recipe. So the first step you want to do is you want to cream your butter and your sugars together. So I'm going to put my butter, my brown sugar, and my granulated sugar in here together. And we're going to mix it until it's pretty much creamed together, until it's all mixed together. It's good and creamy and kind of fluffy. Still creaming. It'll take a minute for the butter to get soft enough to really cream together. I'm going to take my flour, my baking soda, baking powder, and salt, and just kind of mix it together. I've got just a little whisk. I'm just gonna take and just mix them together. You can do it with a fork or whatever. You just don't want clumps of the same thing in your mixture. Plus it'll help knock out some of the lumps and stuff. So just to have this ready to go when we need it. Okay, so I'm gonna pour the vanilla in here. And then I'm going to add the eggs one at a time until they're well incorporated. It'll be kind of pale and creamy. Alright, this is done mixing. So what I'm going to do now, it's going to make noise, so you just have to watch me do it. I'm going to add flour, my dry ingredients, all my dry ingredients. I'm going to add this a little bit at a time until it's all just incorporated. You don't want to over mix it. Alright, so it's all mixed together. So what you want to do is do your white chips and your Oreos. I'm wondering if I should do them at the same time. Yeah, I probably should. I'm just going to dump them all in there at the same time. And you just want to stir them up. What we're going to do with this is now we're going to, once we get it all mixed up, you're going to cool it or chill it in the refrigerator for about, you can go 15 minutes. I recommend ½ an hour because you want it really good and cold. You want to let your butter get cold again. So we are going to put this, I'm just going to stick the whole bowl in the refrigerator and for ½ an hour. And then once it's, you know about how long it takes your oven to heat up. So preheat your oven to 375 when you know it'll be preheated in ½ an hour. Okay, I've got my oven is preheated to 375. My cookie dough is all good and cooled off. And I've got a scale here. I need them, I want them, I don't need them, but I want them to be kind of even as far as size goes. So I'm gonna weigh this dough, and it's a lot of dough, just let me tell you. A big old hunk of dough. And I've just got parchment paper to keep it from sitting directly on the scale. And I decided I was going to make 15 cookies. I think I may have actually only make 12 cookies because I want them to be pretty good size. So I really only will need 12 Oreos instead of the 15 Oreos I got out. Look at that. Isn't that just a wonderful thing to behold? This big old pile of dough. Okay. So it's $14.19 divided by 12. So we want 118 basically grams each. So I'm gonna put it back in the bowl. And I'm gonna start weighing out balls of dough. So now that I've got them all weighed out evenly, what you want to do is take your dough, basically split it in half, flatten it out, stick an Oreo in the middle of it, just like that. Take your other half of your dough and kind of pinch it around the edges and make a kind of a tall ball right there. And I'm going to put 6 on one paper and 6 on another. And it doesn't have to be exact, you know, split in half. Okay, so they're all in their shape. I like them and they look really good. So the total time for these is anywhere from 12 to 14 minutes. What I'm gonna do, I stick my pans in the oven just like this. And after 6 minutes, I will take them out and turn them, like literally rotate the pan, put them back in and let them bake for another 6 minutes. I'll let you know total time once we come back. Hey, so here they are out of the oven. They look really, really nice. They're good and brown around the edges. We had them in there for 6. Turned them and did another 6, and then we left them in there 2 more minutes after that. So the total was 14 minutes total. So I'm gonna get this one right here. They've had time to cool. There's the bottom. It looks really, really good. Let's see what they look like on the inside. Yeah, see that Oreo inside there? That looks really nice.
This is the one that we split to take the picture, so go ahead. Okay. I cannot wait. These smell so good. And I love white chips anyway.
That's really good. I was just not gonna crumble. The top of them, where I made them a little thicker on the top, it's a little gooey. Like this is actually like running a little bit.
Oh, mine wasn't running. Yeah. It was just gooey.
A bite of the gooey.
Oh no, I'm good. I've got plenty. No, mine's not gooey at all though. I mean, it's gooey. It's not running. It's not runny at all. I think it's perfectly baked. I think the bottom of it is perfectly baked.
Yeah, you can get that nice like toasted sugar kind of flavor. What do you think about the Oreo flavor?
It's a very strong Oreo. And you know what? This seemed like a very easy recipe. It really did.
It was, except for really having to wait a little while to let the dough cool off. That was about it. As far as time in between not doing something, it really was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's because you don't want to have to wait. If you're impatient like me, you don't want to have to wait. It's not like over the top sweet. It's plenty sweet enough, but it's the perfect combination of that Oreo and the white chips.
The Oreo goes really good with the white chips and the cookie itself. I think if you didn't want to do Oreo, you could probably do other things. For that matter, you could probably put stuff on top of the Oreo if you wanted like a little dab of like buttercream frosting, and you froze it in like little balls. You could probably put the Oreo in there, put a ball of that on the top of it, and push it all together. That would have been even more sweetness if you'd wanted it. You know, you could probably experiment with this a bit.
Yeah, you could do all kinds of cookies.
A little jam on top of it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different cookies you could experiment with. But I do like the Oreo. Would you do really anything different? Do you think it needs a frosting or glaze or anything?
No,
I don't either. I don't think it needs it. You could, but I don't think it's necessary.
No, it's just like it's just like any other Oreo kind of cookie. It's a really good, like a chocolate chip cookie with the Oreos. So I think it's excellent.
Mine, I think by you saying that it was runny makes people think it was underbaked.
It wasn't runny. It was just
mine has not been runny at all.
No. It was just soft on the top. It was kind of that gooey kind of texture.
Okay, because some people are.
It wasn't running.
That was raw.
No, when I squeezed it, a little bit of it kind of pushed out on the top. It wasn't like undone. It was done. It was just very, very soft.
Well, I love these.
They're really good.
You could make these again anytime. You know what you could do? Different flavors of Oreo.
Oh yeah, you could definitely do different flavors of Oreo. You could even throw mint in there if you like that flavor.
Yeah, with all the Oreo flavors that are available, you could make, you know, if there's 10 different kinds of Oreos, you could make 10 different flavors. You could make them 10 different times and make all different cookies every week.
And you do get that crunchiness from that solid Oreo in the middle. That crunch comes through too. So plus I kind of roughly crunched mine up with my hand. I didn't go really tiny pieces anyway. So
well, it says on here, cookies can be stored in an airtight container for up to 3 days.
No.
So
and also, if you didn't want to bake them first, you could mix the dough up and make your cookies and store them in the refrigerator. I think it says up to 72 hours. So you can make them ahead of time, 3 days, and then bake them.
And a lot of people would bake these and then put them in the freezer too. If you put them in the freezer, they're going to keep for a while in the freezer. But I will put the link in the description below because you saw how easy these were to do, and I would think everybody would want to make these.
Yeah, they're excellent.
So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.